Yo, what up? All praises to the Most High, man. Praying that everybody's doing well and everything that is praying that everybody's doing well. Everything is getting better. At the same time, so for the Byzantine Empire, um, we have figured out basically a way to zero out the debt of the United States, or well, the world rather. So uh, that is a good thing, especially dealing with the COVID as we are at this time, and the amount of pressure it's put on over the last few months. So I've actually figured a developmental plan, rather, what's the best way to go about zeroing that out and developing things into um, basically what it should be. So um, on the 6th, I was looking to go to the White House. Have to make phone calls and see what's going on, see what we can actually move on there. But understanding, rather, you know what I'm saying, good vibes only, so I won't speak nothing negative into existence. But when you are in this level of, or in this area of place, and what you're doing and how you're moving and different things of that nature, things like this is what you call very, very valuable. Um, Valuable resources, valuable information. Is something that can actually cause the fortitude of the country to change. But it's not just like that. It's a little bit more to it. So it's gonna take a one. It's gonna take a unanimous agreement in a certain area. On the second, on the other level, like, I've already gotten like basically unanimous agreement in that area. It's just about like getting to the level. Um, that by itself is like it's a whole different ball game, because you are going into an area where many people have tried and failed, and you will come into an area where you know what I'm saying, you feel this way, or whatever. And it's one of the best things to do at this time for me is not to go off of what anybody else is telling me when it come down to the overall, I would say, stipulations, or what they've done that couldn't work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't really, you know what I mean? I can't go off of what they've done that did not work, because anytime you get into these areas, this is a different situation. So it takes a lot more to get to these particular areas, especially when you're dealing with cooperation, especially when you're dealing with cooperation of nations into one, and then bringing in the Byzantine Empire, the Holy Family, Jacqueline, bringing in the Holy Family, the royal family, and then aligning with, go to the corner, aligning with the army of God. So some would say army of God, some would say Holy Army, some would say Roman. There's a lot of different names that they go by. In different areas, it's enormous. So like I said earlier, the communication is very wide. So once you figure certain things out, and how to move them in that area is kind of like, yeah, I really can't say. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you gotta do more than like talk about. Um, because it's one of the way I was gonna like come out and then just kind of like speak on it, but that's not always the best way to move on that. Um, Especially when you're in an area and you getting into this area for this particular reason. So I'm gonna have to move. I'll switch some things up just a little bit. Um, with that regard, and also make sure that everything that I'm doing and everything that I'm doing and how I'm gonna get it done is something that is just more or less flat out just taken care of. So, like I said, we're gonna start the incentive. So we'll start with that, and then we'll move. We're gonna move with that. Regardless, we're gonna have the event. We're a little bit ahead of time when you're dealing with the Byzantine Empire, so we're kind of like behind, middle, ahead. So, in that regards, we move a little bit different. The understanding is a little bit different. What we can and can't do is very, 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 I want to say diplomatic, but it's what we can and cannot do is very, very sought after. Um, or watched rather. So, I know how history is like, you know what I'm saying, having instead of it being a situation where like people just going and pitch into certain things, they would normally do um they would normally go about it a different way with me. So I just wanna kinda like wanna switch it up. Uh, Switch up my preference on my movement to ensure the safety of the people and to ensure not just the safety of the people in the nation, but to make sure that we are actually taking the proper time to learn, to develop, but also going to the places and stepping into the areas of blessings that we are supposed to. So, yeah. So that's it. So like I said, we have figured out, you know what I'm saying, what's the best way to go about when you dealing with the world debt and zeroing it out. We also have developed a economic plan for the world um, in its entirety. And also get in the corner, hush. So
oh my God. Is
these
you serious
are
right
the
now?
areas that y'all have to excuse the yelling. These are the areas that we have to stay focused on, man. Quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger. Anytime, like honestly, anytime you get to these areas, you gotta expect, not more or less expect, but you gotta like put up your guards. You gotta be in pray more because you are dealing with changing the world. You're dealing with millions and trillions and billions of dollars that's supposed to come into position here, here, and here, and then like sometimes everybody not with you, and it shows in like many different forms, many different ways. If they with you, they not with you. Um, how they block for you, if they don't block for you, if they jealous, like it shows in many different ways and areas and forms. A lot of times, like us as people, we have a Like, this is the biggest thing. T.D. Jakes said himself that we would have to teach Jesus what we call Christianity or what we call church today, because that's not the way that they did it. Or it's not the way that he did it back in the day.
You ain't gotta teach Jesus nothing.
So when you're dealing with that, it's kind of like the same situation when we got these many different areas where, say for instance, somebody's in a position, this other person in a position, and then when God called you into a position, whom he called, he equipped, that is the situation. Whom he called, he equipped. So it's like when they coming against you, they going against God. Like, you don't. It's not something that like I really have to fight. It's you know what I'm saying, that's God's fight. That's not my fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I turn it over into God, saying I just do what I have to do because that's not my fight. That's between them and God. Meaning I didn't call myself to this position. God called me to this position. It was a unanimous agreement, but even then, I was looked after for quite a few years before I even, you know what I'm saying, got to this place because of how I would handle things here, handle things there. Like, these are the things that, you know what I'm saying, I was already watched for a long period of time. So sometimes people feel like, oh, he just got in this position. Nah, you need to go do your research. You've been around long enough. You know enough people. You need to go do your research. Don't come to me like that.
Go to the corner.
So when you're dealing with that, you have to
throw something else.
Call.
See what happens.
You have to call a eight. Like, basically, you gotta call an ace, a spade, a heart. You're gonna have to call it what it is. Don't be afraid to call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? If it's distractions, it's distractions. If it's, you know what I'm saying, like people working together to move here to cause certain things, that's what it is. It's just what it is. So when you're called and it's like they think that it's you just trying to go into this position. Say for instance a mother or a son or like, and they want, like, say for instance 2 kids. It's a mother. One son came in this way, another son came in this way. So this mother wants this son in this position, and it's like the messed up part about that. Say for instance, I'm gonna give you an example. If a kid was raped, you know what I'm saying? Like if a child, if a little girl was raped, and she wound up having a child at a young age or whatever, and this particular blessing fell to this child, but she don't want that blessing with that child. She want that blessing with this other child that she had this way. And it's like wait, hold on. No matter what, that child is actually innocent. The child don't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? The child came from a bad situation. So those are areas that you have to you have to really get past yourself and ask God to show you how to look at those situations, man. Like, that's something I know all too well. When you dealing with that and they want this person in a position instead of you, they looking to hurt you in these areas. They looking to hurt you in that area, and it's like, I ain't did nothing but bent over backwards to, you know what I'm saying, to try to help you. When these people came in to, you know what I'm saying, basically come take everything you got, I stepped up in these areas. Here, and here. But a lot of times they don't care. A lot of times they, you know what I'm saying, they're stuck in an area where they only look at it from a point of view of what they feel is right. But it's like, I didn't, you know what I'm saying, when you dealing with a situation, I didn't ask this person to do this to you. I didn't know this person was going to do this. I didn't even know the person at the time. I wouldn't even thought of, like, to me, I wouldn't even have thought at that time. You get what I'm saying? So when this actually comes to, it's like, I wouldn't have thought. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you're talking about. But when the blessing falls to you, like, they want to befriend you, and it's kind of like you're supposed to be, like, say for instance, if it's a mother or, you know what I'm saying, or a father, like, you're supposed to be a mother or a father to me. Like, why are you pushing for them more than him? Like, then it get even more vehement when you got children or you trying to like take care of yourself and they're taking things or they're using things of yours and it's like y'all ain't even giving like let alone 1% of what it is and it's like y'all couldn't even figure this stuff out, let alone get it to actually work. And then then what's crazy is sometimes you have these people come up to you and they like, you need to get this job and that job, and it's like, you wouldn't have no money. You would be like broke as a joke. You would be homeless right now if it wasn't for God showing me how to do X, Y, Z. They don't look at it like that. They try to hold on to every little cent that they have, which is, I guess, is understandable. And like maybe they know how money work, maybe they don't. But nevertheless, the focus today was really to take the time and figure out how to figure out how to get the debt taken care of, to figure out how to get the development in that area moving forward, how to get everybody that's supportive, our situation, get them taken care of, how to set up a substantial area that will not just cause us to be like financially stable, but to have a financially stable system in place that will actually like stand up and protect us where we can keep, you know what I'm saying, if you're dealing with a situation where you can actually protect our people, making sure that they can get to point A, point B, making sure that they get the appeal if they really supposed to get the put that back. They can get the appeal that they really supposed to get. They can get the we can stand up and we can actually stop some of the things that's been going on in like in our certain areas by actually having a well organized system that is of the utmost respect. So that's where I'm at right now. Excuse me. So, like I said, man, all praise to the Most High. Stay focused, stay grounded, stay vigilant. Like I said, man, we got the blessing coming up. The Sixers around the corner. Um, Dealing with what I'm dealing with, I may be doing things earlier. So maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, just strictly because of the situation and, you know what I'm saying, not hearing back yet from the White House. I have to double check my emails. But excuse me. So I just want everybody to stay focused, man. I want everybody to, you know what I'm saying, know that we're here. Know that we really putting in a lot of work. Like, this takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of understanding. You got to deal with people that don't want you to get it off because they want to do it. You got to deal with people that's been doing this for years. And, you know what I'm saying, they want to figure you into their system, and then their system might be broke. They get like most people that's in this certain position in their system go to jail, and you like, nah, I ain't on that. I'm going to do it like this because I know this will work. That ain't going to work. It ain't worked yet. You know what I'm saying, when you dealing with that. So, all in all, that's what I wanted to get out. Like, we finally figured out a full way of reversing it, and but also it takes, it's a certain person that they will allow. If it's not the person, then they're not gonna allow it. You know what I'm saying? So that's furthermore. It is a particular person. Like, when they let you know it has to be this particular person or this type of person, that's what you gotta deal with. So, like I said earlier, you know what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High. Staying focused, staying grounded. Love y'all. Yeah. Make sure you guys are working out, training, having fun with each other, especially within the families. Um, just take it one day at a time. All right, Heavenly Family.